don't know how good Journey's English is, but talking with Arthur about his thoughts on the map before we start this next one. Second map's going to be Habitation Station. Habitation Station. Journey doesn't want to talk. He says, that's fine, that's understandable. You take a loss, you want to just get into the next game, not waste your time trying to deal with English. But Arthur, with a cool little bit of insight, just saying pretty much exactly what I was considering, where it was like, yeah, the scouting wasn't really good. So I'm going to be paraphrasing for him, of course. He basically said, sad map, didn't like the rocks, no scouting is bad. And that's pretty much every sentiment I felt for that map, too. Let's hope this one's a little bit different. Let's hope this one's a little bit better, because spawning here in the upper left corner of the map, playing for himself, a strong, independent Korean player, it is Arthur. And his opponent in the upper right, playing for SK Telecom, a team I don't get to introduce much, being a North American broadcaster. It is the Terran player, Journey. It's not about the journey. Or it's not about how you get there, it's about the journey. Anyways, we're going to do a quick analysis of the map. Again, I have never seen any of these maps either. And please, guys, these are available publicly. I encourage you to check them out and leave some feedback in the Team Liquid thread so that the admins and the people judging this get a good feel for what's going on. I will tell you offhand, though, before we do this, if you're just tuning in, I'm going to be giving very brutal, honest opinions as a broadcaster, how I think, or as a caster rather, how I think these maps are. You heard my opinions of that last map. I'm going to try and, I offer, if any of the actual map makers are paying attention or tuning in, please join me. Let's hear your thought process. I'd love to know the ideas behind things like those rocks in that last map. But come down here, we got a quick overview of the natural. Looks very reminiscent of Derelict Watcher just right off the bat. So, pretty good natural. I don't think there's ever going to be a map where naturals are super exposed, because you never want to encourage cheese through map progression, but kind of like Neoplanet S, this third base is going to be very exposed, opposed to this kind of pocket one. Oh, that's not just a pocket one, guys. That's a gold pocket one. So, okay, that's kind of neat right off the bat. Coming down here even more, looks like the fourth got some ramp coverage, but there's a lot of access to this ramp. Kind of cool. Makes for some interesting fight. The more ramps you put in the game, the more interesting the fights will be when you have a protest player involved, because it comes down to force fields a lot, of course. High ground vision can be a little bit different too. If you're Terran, you get that range advantage against most things in the game, but probably gonna just die for now, or probably die, or not die, rather get out of the base. What am I talking about? This is cool, but kind of interesting. Like, this provides some interesting tactical points of view. If, say, you've got Colossus or Pylons even on the high ground, you can warp in below. Lings will have to run all the way around. Siege tanks as well, good positioning. Very open spots in the middle of the map. I gotta say, I kind of like the balance point of view of this map. Like, it's got some cool aesthetics. Again, Habitation Station, obviously going with the sort of growing stuff motif. But what I find really curious are these weird... Do you guys remember Entombed Valley? It's an older map, and a lot of you probably haven't seen it if you didn't watch Wings of Liberty, but it also had these weird sort of banana hallways, I guess you could call them, where you go around the side of the map in a very awkward, tight, closed-off position, and this presents two problems. One is you can put units down here and fire up onto a base, so this base is never truly safe. There's a lot of brush, so if you're trying to rush through and suddenly there's like 10 zealots waiting for you on the other side, that's not going to happen. Kind of cool. I'd love to see how those get utilized, but looks like the rest of the map is pretty standard. So these initial three bases, you can either take this little bit of a tucked away one that's a bit further away, a bit safer from your opponent, or you go risky and you take this gold. Now, initially, here's the problem I see. If you guys have ever cheesed on ladder or cheesed in 2 vs 2s, Terran player, lift off, gold. 5 racks, go for it, have some fun. I mean, I don't think we're ever going to see a pro do that, because tactically speaking, or economically and strategically speaking, taking a gold base, lifting to a gold base rather, is never a smart move. But again, this is a really nice base that's going to provide a lot of income really early. And I believe Neoplanet S was like the last map I saw in a long time that had an actual gold map associated, or gold mineral patch associated with it. But looks like Arthur's going to get in here quick with the Mothership Core. Unfortunately, the Marines appear to be elsewhere shooting rocks, so won't be here to respond right away. Dead space behind the base is actually quite significant, so things like Mutalisks, Medivacs, even this Mothership Core, they've got a lot of place to hide. What's up with the bling on the geysers? I'm sorry, I was a little bit delayed. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of this cool little graphical ring, but Journey gonna get scanned off here on Arthur's base. Doesn't see much, sadly. Arthur doesn't have a whole lot to reveal because he's hiding it all down here. Gonna open up with another really strong attack. Arthur with 5 gates. That scan revealed none of them, and this guy's gotta have the biggest smile on his face after seeing a scan like that. Well, let's see what happens. He hit Journey with a pretty hard all-in. That blink all-in was pretty devastating in game 1. It looks like Journey doesn't want to let it happen again. But speaking of blink, oh man, jumping from ledge to ledge will not be a problem. That could be really irritating. This kind of makes it presents the Star Station problem, as I like to call it, where your base is very exposed. It doesn't seem like it initially because of all this sort of empty space, but of course blink doesn't care, drops don't care. It looks like we don't actually have blink coming out, so might not actually be that much of a problem. Just going with a 5 gate sort of a hit, I guess we call it. It's not really an all-in, but it's going to be a lot of damage, a lot of pressure. I like that Journey's kept his Marines back, though he doesn't know what's coming. Problem is, of course, he scanned, saw only 1 gateway, saw only 1 cyber core, no other tech, 2 gases. I mean, this is kind of scary to actually see this and nothing else. But already pulling for this, wow. Some great intuition on timing here. His Journey has not... Oh, he's seen the pylon down here, okay. Oh, there's actually a rock tower. I didn't catch that earlier, too. So that closes off part of the banana hallway, so to speak. Not one on the other side, but... Yeah, lots of sentries being warped in. This means there's going to be a lot of force fields to go down on top of that bunker. And you know what? I just realized this whole time, Arthur's been up 1 and I forgot to update that. My sincerest apologies, guys. Amateur hour here at Base Trade TV. But okay, Zealots are gonna come in. There's a lot of force fields though. It's not gonna make it easy. SCVs are retreated perhaps at the wrong moment, as they're not here to repair the bunker. It looks like it will in fact go. No, wait. Why is this not going down? All right, I guess Arthur probably, I don't know, did he know that got emptied? What the heck? Whatever. Bunkers on the front do go down. 3 bunkers down. Lots of force fields utilized. Don't know if he has the energy to actually break this last bunker. Of course, Widowmine did take out a couple sentries. Well, at least get 1 and pepper the rest low. This is not the balanced map, though, guys. Please keep in mind, these Widowmines are still regular Widowmines, as you know and love them. This is just new maps for the time being. Widowmine's about to rearm and might kill 2 Zealots. Oh, 10 health on that second one. Just barely not doing it, but a pretty hardcore contain as Arthur advances forward. Another pylon coming down. Are there additional gateways? No, so going to continue on for 5 gates right now. Should be more than enough. His stim. Does he have stim? He does. He does have stim, which means Journey might actually be able to hold this. Losing those initial 3 bunkers, that sucked, but at the bottom of the time he needed to get tech out on the field. SCVs are trying to repair. They might actually just straight up need to be pulled. Army is going to be sacrificed. Journey, lift off, run! Now gonna go for a full bore. Nice Widowmine hit though. Mothership Core does go down, and SCVs will hold the Stalkers in place, allowing the Marauders, allowing the Marines to connect. But are there enough? Is going to be the big question, and right now it's looking really dicey. I don't think it's going to be the case. Mules from the main being pulled, SCVs from the main being pulled. A lot of these Stalkers are low, but none of them are dead. Oh, there we go. Another nice Widowmine hit. Arthur still with a pretty large standing army. Lost his SCVs, didn't lose his orbital, or not Arthur, Journey rather. But yeah, just walking up the ramp. Widowmine goes off on something over there. Didn't see what it was, just heard the sound. SCVs and Marines being pulled for one last desperate stand. But will our Terran player go down? And it's looking to be the case. Arthur opening the day with a 2-0 on brand new maps. Gotta give it to him. Good game is called. Arthur will take it 2-0 and advance forward.